Gang in this bitch, gang in this bitch. Choppers on deck, let it rain in this bitch. Go! Gang in this bitch. Oh, gang in this bitch. Gang in this bitch. Yeah. Choppers on deck, let it rain in this bitch. Break next speed till you bleed. This is for lightning force. Blitzkrieg, hey, hey. Break next speed till you bleed. This is for lightning force. Blitzkrieg, hey. Hell gang, laser with the optics. We gon' start a fire in this mosh pit. Get your jaw broke, better watch it. Bands red bottom if I hit you with this drop kick. Dark side 7-1 murder gang. Shoot and put the shotty to your fucking brain. Gang in this bitch. Choppers on deck, let them rain in this bitch. Swanton bomb off the roof. Kevin X rockstar, who the fuck's Ozzy? Dark side, we in the slums, that's where I'll be. You don't wanna see a nigga blow up, then don't watch me. I like that bitch with no self-esteem, why lie? That bitch popping in my face, nigga, why try? Young Maya Angelou, bitch, I rise. Drop it when I send a signal like Wi-Fi. You be popping for them niggas on the OnlyFans, but I took you out with these fucking holy hands. Yeah, baby, you my next sacrifice. Well, I love the way you taste in the afterlife. Break his face, ayy. Break his back, ayy. Fuck his bitch, ayy. We don't give a fuck about that fucking nigga, ayy. Man, fuck his bitch, ayy. Break next speed till you bleed. This is for lightning force. Blitzkrieg, ayy. Hey, break next speed till you bleed. This is for lightning force. Blitzkrieg, ayy.
I like to paint a picture with rhymes, no need for pen to hand. I strike them all correctly on time. Matches and Wendy Lass ass and still the jaded is planned. That's excellent, like when I stroke her and I'm making her dance more than the glass stand. Tell her for sink, encourage me to guarantee her satisfactory. Like I'm focused on shutting down her company. I tell her them curves, they make a nigga car swerve. No brakes till we crashed in the pussy superb. I always hang with killers cause I stay with murderous rhymes. We get hang time like Tony Hawk and Bird in the sky. Like switching lanes when we drive. I need the narrow like a mafia movie. You shoot this dope and smoke my coke when you be listening to me. I hate to be in upper skin, just call me melanin, baby. They hate to see a brother when that's Cain and Abel, that's crazy. I tell my brothers, we sell a haters cracking. If you wanna buy a home from me, we can work out that. Keep it peppin' like the 70s. My ice pick is whipped and grip like acid. Extra friendly chicks, trust them at your risk. Go take the suicidal right critics. Like the citrus, I'm in your skin like paramedics. Be trying to stitch that snitch. I got the lick and marijuana smoothie. Take a sip and strip if she ain't sitting on my dick and she ain't in position. Dick reminder of promethazine. Make her lean and then when my work done, she go to sleep and dream. Replays of all flick legit. It's lyricism and true addition. It's too much fishing. Seas for a killer, well to go hungry. It's time to get it. Like penitentiary songs, my nigga. It's bars and rhythms. Slide off like running on ice and winners to all contenders. Only thing fair in life is fucking transportation fees. And that ain't even fair because the system is a fucking leech. And come enjoy my science fair where we experiment the tree. Providing oxygen to the brain, but no necessity. Guess I live in the sea. I'm in the waters like navies, baby. In that belly like navels, freezing, taking annihilation. I'm cracked when the feds is rating. I'm always lyrically slanging. The politicians and prosecutors is really the cavemen. I'm drifting in the highway, go away. Just keep a ball like I'm a fella, polka dot like the rain. I'm a persona, gotta make a move like combination. I'm blowing balance, flowing for the edges in the edge. Catch my brothers, come on. Creep with a cobra, come follow me. The hypnosis on snake. Only if metal gets solid the case. Handed like Gambit with Dylan Carr, so you know I'm the bomb. Or landmine, either way, I'm down to earth all the time. Poolside, skinny dipping to the bottom, the road inside. I play with flow like it's the Avatar shit. My breeze gon' blow.
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Yeah, I had to find some underground artists because I ain't want nobody to get flagged. But yeah, I had to discuss this throwback. This is something that I did about, I say, 10 months ago, to be precise. Um, and doing the discussion, it was kind of like a rebuttal to a little debate that I had with somebody on a panel, and it was a lot going on. I didn't really get to respond like that. But this discussion was so deep. I just wanted to, replay it here and stuff like that. But what the discussion was, we got into the discussion about black men being scared when they see the police, right? And we kind of had like a little back and forth because me and this person, because I disagreed with the fact that black men needed to lay down and die because they was cautious of the police coming around. You find what I'm saying? In black culture, we kind of teach each other as children, and as you find what I'm saying, when our kids get a certain point to start having understanding, to be cautious of the police. And when we had this discussion, you know, she kind of felt like, oh, because I'm a woman, that's not our place to even feel cautious of the police. And, you know, kind of like felt like she's better. And she kind of felt like that's only a worry that black men have. Right. And that fear or that caution shouldn't trickle down to black women. But the fact that her whole point was that the black men that feel that way, or because black men feel that way, they might as well just, commit suicide or whatever, delete themselves. And I was like, it's not even that serious. I was like, it's not even that serious. And this person really prided themselves on, I'm not a feminist and stuff like that. But, this was a very feminist, like, talking point. When you get to say stuff like all black men, I was like, and I thought she was, I was like, yo, you dead serious? She was like, yeah, and I was like, I don't agree. And then I said, then I don't agree that it's just a black man thing. It goes beyond gender. And then she made it seem like, well, if you have, she said, even the men with money, they feel a certain way about police. Because I forgot what case we was talking about. Something about, a black celebrity, a black male celebrity got their nigga wake up call. I think that's what we was talking about. And she went on to say, even when y'all have money, y'all are scared. And she was like, and so me personally, I was like, well, if you're going to say, well, because black women, she basically was trying to go into like, black women is more in a better position as far as financial, you find what I'm saying? Financial progression is concerned and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, why are you acting like it's not poor black women in the hood that still have some type of caution towards the police? So this is my rebuttal. It's real long, so I might have to do a part 2 to it, but it's so good because it don't even just go into that discussion. I kind of like related it to thriller obsession movies because, and it's kind of funny because this person literally didn't take me serious with this rebuttal, but at the same time, I was getting in her ass because I kind of feel like the amount of thriller obsession movies out there, it almost tells a dead ass story of how, especially the ones with the white women, teaches us how white women get away with all their crimes in front of the police. And the only time I feel like they get caught is because not even that they let the guilt eat at them. They just start doing stupid shit and they just wild out. And I think at that point they want to go to jail because they be getting away with that shit for like years. You feel me? But I'm going to just play this live stream because it's long as fuck. And I just wanted to explain it before I keep pausing it and stuff like that. At times I might pause it to further explain. I hope I don't have to red ball, out any, me muting and shit because my kids is so ratchet. But anyway, I'm gonna just let it play. Talking about and being cautious, because in that moment, and we can talk about what fear does to the mind and the psyche and how the body reacts to it can be very detrimental. You might end up killing somebody and going to jail. That's what Virtue said, right? And that's true too. But that's why I tell people, look at what white people have done, y'all. White people show us every day how they get. Hold on, y'all. I need to get some water. White people show us what they've done time and time again. Right? Let me get into it. Ew. White people showed us time and time again what they have done. And they keep telling us different stories in different movies. Okay? And I want y'all to understand something. A lot of movies that we see is parallel to real life and what white people say and what white people do and their day-to-day crimes and criminals, because there's black women out there that's not ever going to get the chance to really flourish in their crimes. And a lot of black men have so many questions like, why is there so many white men that's getting away with crimes and stuff like that? And it's just like, because most black people is economically displaced. And because we're economically displaced, we react differently to the police, and we act out of fear, and we act out of pain, and we act out of trauma, we act out of hurt, because we are the ones that mostly get harassed for no reason. So it's like a domino effect, and black people don't know how to act, okay? Black people don't know how to act because black people don't pay attention, even metaphysically. I keep telling y'all, what happened? Why you say damn thing? No, Zeke had me dead. You don't know what happened. That's why I tell y'all to pay attention to Thriller Obsession movies, because there's thousands upon thousands of Thriller Obsession movies. And I ask y'all, I say, why is there so many of them? And y'all laugh at me and y'all go, no, it's because that white people trying to tell us how they get away with it. And if you pay attention to those movies, a lot of those white women have a poker face out of this world. I talk about the poker face and acting and drama because you got to be a cold ass bitch to be acting like you're acting. You understand what I'm saying? And they show that side to them. Like, y'all need to watch Deadly Women. Okay? Y'all need to get a taste of how the reason why black women don't understand the plight of black men, and the ones that speak plain had those conversations. They're like, what was the point? And that's why I told her, I said, well, on the flip side, I just feel like on the flip side, what's the purpose? So let's just abort black male babies that they don't matter. So I said that conversation is dangerous, but I understood what Virtuous Woman was saying. She was saying black men got to be a little bit stronger, and she was like, no. She was saying, and I was saying, no, you do want them to be stronger because you want them to understand what's going on, but at the same time, you want to understand why black men feel the need to even have a conversation, because so that way they don't have to look over their shoulder. But as far as black women is concerned, we fuck up a lot too, and black men, it's hard to play an innocent role and be masculine with the black man, because see, with black women we can just cry and be beautiful and stuff like that. It's a little rough around the edges with the masculine energies, because in ancient times so this is what I'm getting into right now. I start talking about how, like, I start expressing how when black women get around the police, we need to start resting in our femininity a little bit more. Because I've seen multiple accounts of black people, black women and black men. You feel what I'm saying? Black women and black men not knowing how to act around the police. But especially women, we really need to use our femininity. You feel what I'm saying? So That's why I'm trying to break down like that part. I agree with her with, like, we shouldn't be so fearful, but we should put on our poker face, because bitch, you ain't locking me up. Because I'm black and you racist. Look, listen. In the olden times, right, when black women and white women alike, women in general, didn't have no rights. They was getting away with killing men just because they were so pretty, child. Or it came down to the point where even if they did know that, okay, women do kill men too, oh shit. But then it's a lot of pretty women that get away with murder, and the ugly woman couldn't get away with it, or the so-called ugly women, because you know, if you look back at them pictures of what them women look like, y'all probably like, how is them women attractive? How did they get away with getting a little bit of time and they kill all these people? It's because of their libido was feminine. And when they so now I'm referring to like at certain point in history, people forget that women was able to get away with murder for a long time because men just didn't believe, petite, pretty white women could murder. You feel what I'm saying? And it became a danger. It became a danger to society at some point, because I'm like, it's a lot of women. If you really watch Deadly Women, and a lot of those historical accounts, it'd be like based off real life. If you watch Deadly Women, a lot of women back in the day was getting away with murder so much. And it's just like, why? I didn't understand that, but I'll break it down in the video. I don't want to spot, and no matter what happened, they didn't let it go. It's the problem is, they're probably like, well, a lot of them women went to jail. It's because they felt guilty about what they did, and their crimes didn't make any sense, because white people crimes don't make no sense. And black people, we get caught up in our crimes because we get sloppy, we get emotional, and stuff like that. And white people, they at least do their shit for years. And black people, we gotta have balance in what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of Karen out there that get away with garbage. Okay? Because they gonna speak to the manager, they gonna cry. Oh. I'm talking about Karens. I don't know why I'm breaking up so bad in this stream, but anyway, I'm talking about the Karens out there who get away with the bullshit. We're moving right along. Okay, black women want to fight. No, black women don't fight. That's why I said, we need to have a conversation about what black women need to do, because it's black women that live a life of crime. And we talking about speaking black people. And black men have a whole nother situation of what they go through. It's not the same. That's why I said, black women, keep your poker face up. Keep crying when you see the police. Don't be scared. Don't start freaking out. Don't start trying to fight the police. You can't fight all the men. You cannot. Black women, they get so delusional, get mad when stuff start getting dangerous, and people start blaming and pointing fingers at you just because you're a black woman and trying to say that you have an attitude. That's when you show them how soft you are and start crying. Like, why they do this to me? They try to harass me. I just don't know. Bitch, if they try to give you a charge and they say you crazy, you gonna go to jail for like at least, not to jail, but you gonna go to the psych ward for at least about 6 months, and you won't get your kids back, and you won't get into a program. So come on now, and then after that you can get Section 8 if you was homeless. Let's get it. Because if you go to the psych ward, when you get out there, gonna give you your Section 8 voucher, bitch, you can call up to the mayor's office. All you gotta do is show them that you clean. Show them that you can clean your house. Or that you can clean the shelter. Clean the shit out that shelter. They put you in a shelter. Shit. Okay. Black women gotta start doing shit the right way. Don't do this divestment shit. You gonna have to work hard, black women. White women take the long run. They you feel what I'm saying? They have a plan. They playing chess moves. Crying their way to the top. And you sitting there thinking you have to fight everybody and refuse to cry to the system. I met so many black women at that shelter that was so scared that they stayed out. And I said, girl, if you don't go to that therapist to start crying and do what you need to do to get the fuck out the shelter, you'll ask for a nigga and suck a dick, but you won't ask for the system and do what you need to do to get reparations. Okay, because it's all types of stories out there of black people who do right black people with businesses and land and stuff like that. That was Let me just say this too. I just realized some shit real fast about reparations. It's some black people right now that be like, we was never slaves. So bitch, that means you're not going to get reparations. And like, I don't know. It's certain people that feel like that and they feel like we deserve reparations. But anyway, moving along. When they children, ADOD like me to say, and their kids got taken just because their kids was homeschooled. Okay? And there was nothing they could do. So while we black and we in this situation, we need to pay attention to what white people be doing. Because white people be on some thug foolery with this obsession thriller shit. Okay, and they show you every day on their day-to-day how they deal with it, the shit that they get away with, they crimes and the shit like that. Because it's black women who will bust some heads open and that need to see. Being a black woman, not only do you have to watch out for white women, you gotta watch out for your own people. Especially even if you average and you unique and you be yourself, that means you're not down to the top. Hold on, y'all. See, my kids, y'all. That's why I don't go live like that. I don't be feeling like taking care of them. You're unique and you be yourself, and so many people will become jealous of you, and that will be try to harm you, even your own family, and you'll end up in a fist fight and having to defend yourself and your children and stuff like that. And when the police come around, but when you have to do what you need to do, you gotta keep your poker face up like them white women in that movie. So when I talk about, and I joke a lot about middle-aged white women, a lot of people get alarmed. They say, what the fuck she talking about? Because I'm in a pro-black space. But I understand them white women stay on code. Okay? Like, they don't know what it's like to have to stab a motherfucker in the dark because you live in a life of poverty and you gotta get away with it when the police come because this nigga trying to bust your head in because the school to prison pipeline and fucked up his life. And he don't know how to control his emotions. This is black man. So after you stab that nigga, what's gonna happen? Because it's every 5 hours now. And if it's every 5 hours, you're going to have to crack some heads open, black women, and you're going to have to know what to do when the police get there. You're going to have to come up with a poker face. You're going to have to come up with a woman, a middle-aged white woman in your mind. Oh, now I remember what I was also talking about because, okay, so a lot of people, now I remember because the divestors, they was complaining about this 5.5 hours thing, which I believe in now because shit is getting crazy. But at the time we was like, I don't know if that's a little bit 5.5 hours. I don't know, right? And so when I was even thinking about it, I said, hold on, bitch. You making it seem like black women is not going to have no run-ins with the police, that we're not going to have to know what the fuck to do. But at the end of the day, if you saying that we're going to have self-defense and we're going to have to start fighting motherfuckers because all these people is trying to kill us black men and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's a result of that. That's a consequence of that. You feel me? But anyway, moving right along. Character, and she got to have a whole dialogue, and you cannot let that go. What I noticed in those movies is, and what I noticed black women do is, they start to get their emotions in a bunch and all that other stuff, and then they get mad. See, a lot of black women just want to lay down and die in their own misery because of what they've been through, because they don't know how to finesse and navigate through life and with authority, and then they get mad. Okay? And see, Boozy started laughing at me because she was trying to get me to respect authority. And a lot of black women don't respect authority. So she was trying to figure out what to do it, but she
she still trained me on how to talk to authority and tell me how to do cues, but she didn't have to do it so much, and she laughed at me now because I found my solace through white women, learning that white women stay on code. Now, what do I mean when I say on that? They stay on code so that way for years they can go through a lifelong requirement with hood communism and with us having integrity as pro-black women and pro-black people. When we do a life of crime, we're going to be scrutinized even more. You know, it's one thing to have a benefit of whiteness, but when you don't, you have to have your poker face ready. And a lot of these women have their poker face on.
And see, you got a lot of black women on here who like to glorify, you know, the most criminal parts of black culture and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As long as it don't involve harming little kids and stuff like that, as long as it's not involving harming little kids, they will glorify, you know, that another lifestyle of criminality. Right? And other people who glorify criminality. But at the same time, they the type of bitches that will fight the police when the police come up. You're not going to do what you need to do. A lot of black women, they need to grow the fuck up, bro. You need to grow the fuck up.
They will sit there and act forever, and you won't know what the fuck is going on. These women is karma, okay? Karma in men's lives. Toxic, okay? Getting away with everything. And they will never deal with the drama that black women went through. They just doing it for no reason, and they got money. It's not about a money situation. See, a lot of black women end up in a lot of toxic situations and having to beat the shit out of a nigga because...
Bruh, if you pay attention to the goddamn thriller movies, yo, they houses be big as shit. They houses be nice as fuck. But they be doing a life of crime. It's always some bullshit. It's always some bullshit. It's always, you know, the nanny doing something. She a nanny then went from house to house fucking with people. I'm like, what else happened? It'd be a nanny, a teacher stalking somebody forever, a student, anything. They'll just put out there whole time the student, not really a student, it's really a grown ass person. I'm like, bitch, this is the truth. White people trying to tell us something. When they pop up on the news and you find out, oh, they killed so and so people, you like, how the fuck they get away with that many people, killing that many people? It's because that poker face, yo, especially white women. When white, like, that's why at certain points, like, they had to have the poker face, even they was cute or whatever, and, you know, motherfuckers was sexist, but even still, that shit still continue on. Sexism or not, you feel what I'm saying, misogyny or not, patriarchy be damned, these bitches still doing it.
They didn't gave their shirt off their back to this nigga, and they sacrificed so much. And they feel like they got taken advantage of. Because both of them poor. And see, I pay attention how in these movies, these motherfuckers don't be impoverished. They got money. In our movies, we in the hood still. In their movies, they living higher up because that's how white people live. And they still do their crime in the limelight. Okay? So how do we enchant? How do we build a character that doesn't flaw or fold under pressure? In the situation of a dangerous occurrence, you have to stay calm because there's a lot of white people who get away with madness. And I joke a lot about what it means to be a middle-aged white woman because these women hide behind their innocent, Karen-like faces. Okay? That's what they do, y'all.
What the fuck am I doing in the live stream?
And with us, we act like
And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I just recently decided to stop smoking during my live stream because when I be listening to the playback, I'm like, all right, Trisha, not you still smoking the blunt. So I just make sure I'm high as fuck before I come on here. But yeah, anyway.
Animals instead of Brad, who can cuss out the police and call his daddy, but doesn't let up for years and gets away with so much. I believe saving black people while on this physical realm to get away with crimes as a grand theft auto scheme of underground acts that parallels white people. They tell us, look what we do. Look how long we can get away with it right in our faces, right under our noses, with thousands upon thousands of the same old cliche white attractive person finessing everybody. Black women, put on your poker face in the face of these authorities, okay? Do not let them have any reason because you get better results with sugar, create your way out because they don't want us to know we have the power. They want us destitute and saying this and not saying the secret. This shit is hood communism infiltrated.
What the fuck am I reading? But anyway, wait, what the fuck did I say?
So you can sit in your femininity and sit in your lie, plead the fifth, and don't be scared to cry. Don't be scared to cry. Just go ahead and cry, y'all. Like, don't be sitting there being aggressive and shit like that. We got too much to lose. We already died in the street. I'm not going to sit there and fight. See, sitting in your femininity is not sitting there and fighting in that situation. Because black women got to know that if black men is killing us like
okay,
that,
now let me get to the open panel. I got to get to the juicy part, bitch. I can't. Hold on. Let me put this shit on mute. Hold on, let me get to the DC part. Okay, so y'all see my whole premise. Because that, I don't even give a fuck about the debate part. I just wanted to get to the open panel, that part that I had. So now that y'all understand my premise, hold on. Let me pause. Let me put on music like how Black Sun do. Hold on. This is my shit. I'm ready to play it again anyway. Hold on.
I like to paint a picture with rhymes, no need for pen and hand. I strike them all correctly on time. Matches and Wendy Lads ass and still the jaded is mad. That's excellent, like when I stroke her and I'm making her dance more than a glass down. Tell her for sink, encourage me to guarantee her satisfactory. Like I'm focused on shutting down her company. I tell her them curves, they make a nigga car swerve. No brakes till we crashed and the pussy superb. I always hang with killers cause I stay with murderous rhymes. We get hang time like Tony Hawk and Merge in the sky. Like switching lanes when we drive. I need the narrow like a mafia movie. You should just dope and smoke my coke when you be listening.
Okay, let me Red Bull this shit. I knew I was going to have to Red Bull this red. What is it called when you eyeball it? Whatever the fuck they say in the B sector. Hold on.
Because all they really are is sugar cookies without the sugar.
I'm talking to my best friend. It's like,
Hold on, y'all.
I didn't even tell you that. You already know.
I can see, but then I'm not protecting me. You know, and I be having to stop them, and I shouldn't have to do that. Maybe she just lay down and die if there's no way out.
Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
and she was trying.
I knew I found it. I found it, y'all. All right, here it go.
On it in their principal's face because that's who the father was messing around with. And so she kept coming to the school and harassing the principal, and they kept getting into arguments, and that's another thing that was added to her possibly getting her sons taken away, right? And so when she was talking to the principal, she had stabbed herself in the face when she was talking to the girlfriend. And she had already told her, like, first off, me and him been fucking. And she was mad as shit. And she was, and I guess she was going to say because it was a restraining order, so she had reversed it because she had stabbed herself in her face. You ain't never see that movie?
Nope.
That movie is good.
What's the name of it?
On Daily Motion.
What's the name of it?
Mother's Boys.
I'll look it up.
It's real good. I'm gonna give you a long list of thriller movies. Black ones too, if you want to watch some black ones. I still
black ones, but I'll watch it. Whatever you send, I'll watch it.
Okay. Can we do a watch along one day? Watching the movie together and reviewing the movie together.
Yeah, we can do that.
Huh?
Yeah, if you act right, we can do that.
Please, Daddy.
If you act right, get them tea cakes together.
I'm gonna act right. What you want me to do?
I want you to get them tea cakes together.
Do the tea cakes, and then
we can watch movies and eat tea cakes.
Okay, how about I'll buy the tea cakes and then I hook.
That's not good enough. I want you in the kitchen.
I looked up what tea cakes is, and they look nasty as shit. I'm not even.
Y'all pay attention to the conversation. Shit funny.
All they really are is sugar cookies without the sugar.
You gonna have to be real serious for me to bake for you. That's middle-aged white woman shit. You love the mindset of a black woman that's hood and shit, trying to be feminine, cultivating that middle-aged white woman, because that's what a middle-aged white woman do. You want somebody to do that off the rip.
I don't want you to demand it.
That's not that white woman do. Exactly. They demand it and I do it, and you don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm that pressed. You know what I'm saying? Like the the Midwest obsession. You know.
That's another thing too.
This the part I really want to get into. I found it.
Kid ass nigga. Stop, Trey. Damien, put this up on the big table. Cause he doing too much.
You gonna keep on yelling at him after you not to her. You gonna keep on doing it.
Well, if you put it, hold on. Keep talking, D.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with all of these movies, and I think what you're trying to do is Warren Brothers. that if you come at you wrong, that you got something waiting for them. That's what I believe. So these young brothers better watch out. Messing around with Tate. She's gonna have you in the burning bed. That's probably another movie that she watched, The Burning Bed. She's gonna tie your ass up.
What did you say, nigga?
She's gonna tie your ass up like Misery. You gonna have your ass like Misery. And you're gonna be man. You better leave Tick alone. You know. Don't do that sister wrong. Don't do it wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I told you. I said I don't have no need to worry about that with you, right, D?
What is she calling it? She gonna hobble him. She gonna hobble you if you don't.
I'm a what?
Hobble. Like the sister did in Misery. That's what she called it. She put that board between his legs and hit that sledgehammer on his ankle. That's called hobbling.
Throw this away and wash your hands.
So you brothers better watch out. She gonna hobble you.
Hobble? I don't even know what that.
If you watch this movie, she put that board between his two legs.
She cut off his foot in the book.
No, she used in the book, right?
No, but in the book she cut off his leg though. I mean his foot.
In the movie though, right? But in the movie she hobbled him. She hit that sledgehammer on his ankles.
Yeah, but they had to censor it. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not. I don't doubt it.
Because it was way more.
I'm not saying in the movie.
And they didn't even want to do that thing because stuff was censored, more censored back then. Damien,
You see what Rod said, right?
get my cream sheet when you finish behind the bed.
Look how they picking with me
Don't
about
get my white sheet behind the bed.
So at the time, me and this dude was talking behind the scenes. So they at the chat kept fucking with me about making this man tea cakes. Like what the fuck? Okay, pay attention. It has to do with the story.
My blanket, mommy blanket.
I'm trying to hear that, huh?
What you say?
You see what Rod typed, right?
No, my light brown one. My it's almost white. It's a blanket.
You mean tan?
Huh?
You mean tan, right?
Yeah, tan. Tan is tan, but people don't know what tan is. That's why I describe it like that.
Right, but if you tell him if you teach him what tan is, then he'll know.
Rob B said I'm being petty. Oh, thank you. Good job, Damien. Starting to learn his colors. But yeah, because I'm surprised because around his father is colorblind, so his father don't know colors like that. I'll learn how to make tea cakes for him. I am gonna learn how to make tea cakes for him.
Right.
I'm not petty. I would never do that. Not give you tea cakes, but you just promised me to make my favorite food too.
I love.
But it's simple though. What I like. So if you can't make that,
what do you say I gotta do? I gotta do what?
Make my favorite thing too.
What's that?
I like breakfast sandwiches. And I don't know why.
Breakfast sandwich, that's easy.
Yes, but I don't know. But you know what? You know how I found out that was my favorite food, right? Because when I was at the shelter, I was always hungry because, like, the food there would be so nasty, and they wouldn't let us have food near our beds, and they would be funny acting about us eating there because they talking about air track roaches, whatever. And so it was always some bullshit. So when I would go out, I would be so hungry, I would just eat me some breakfast sandwich, and I would talk to my best friend, and she would be like, we would be talking, and I would be talking about my childhood, and I would tell her how much I just always, even when my mother tried to not teach me how to cook, I tried to cook my own breakfast sandwich.
So do you want it on sourdough? You want it on regular bread? You want it on Texas toast? How do you?
It don't matter.
Because all you're doing is just cooking us some eggs and bacon, sausage, and throwing it between bread. That's all.
Yeah, and it's gotta be cheese on it.
Cheese,
Now, what I will say is, the cheese do matter sometimes because right now I will take cheddar depending on how it's made, but I do like extra sharp.
I use the Mexican mixed
like
cheese.
me.
I use the Mexican mixed cheese. We have all of that.
I don't like Mexican cheese. I'm not that.
Mexican mixed cheese. All it really is, it says Mexican mix, but all it is just different cheese. Cheddar cheese and...
I gotta be in the mood for that. It's gotta be on the top of a bagel for that. Now, I
wouldn't even know it. If I put it in, you wouldn't even know. You would consider it cheddar cheese, so stop it.
You see how you do me, and see I'm trying to make your nasty ass tea cakes. I don't even know which one it is.
How you know they nasty? You didn't even have it in it.
What is a tea cake? Is it like a southern thing?
Yeah, it's a southern.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that.
It's like a sourdough. It's like a sugar cookie without the sugar. That's all. It's just not as sweet.
Do you like snickerdoodle cookies?
I've never had it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a mix between a cake and a cookie, basically.
No. It's just a cookie. They call them tea cakes, but they're just a cookie. That's all. It's not an actual cake. It's just a cookie.
What type of cookie is it?
It's like a sugar cookie. You don't listen. It's like a sugar cookie without the sugar, without all that sugar.
Why don't you eat? What's wrong? What? It's sugarless?
No. I'm saying it's sugarless. I'm saying it's not. It looks like a sugar cookie without all the sugar sprinkled on top and all of that.
Oh, okay. So it I feel like you're talking about a snickerdoodle.
Well, I don't know what that is, so I might be. And don't.
Well, you don't know. Oh, that must be a Baltimore thing. I'm sorry.
No. It's a southern. I'm from Louisiana. It's a southern thing.
No, but I'm telling you that if I'm saying snickerdoodle and you saying tea cake, I think we're talking about the same thing. I just think that the term is just interchangeable because I've seen so much other things pop up for tea cake because it's interchangeable with a lot of pastry dishes and a lot of type of baked goods.
For those white people's versions of a tea cake, you need to go research Southern tea cakes.
No, but that's not the only thing that came up. It was all types of different things, and it came from different countries.
Right, but those are not tea cakes.
That's a very common name for a baked good. So what you're talking about, I'm glad you specified that Southern, because I kind of know what you're talking about, because I think we have our own version of, like in Baltimore, of what a tea cake is. And I went to other places to go see if it's made the same way or if it's even called the same thing. And in other places it's called like a sugar cookie or a tea cake, and it's made a little bit slightly different. But yeah, niggas loves I see that sugar cookies and sugar cakes or whatever, tea cakes is popular.
Yes, like I said, research Southern style tea cakes. You'll get a better understanding.
No, I researched all of it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you wouldn't have come to me asking me about what is tea cake.
Snickerdoodles is way better. I'm gonna put you on because it's basically the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want basically the same. Just get in and make some tea cakes. Learn how to do the tea cakes, and your life will be a whole lot easier for you.
Like, who is he talking to?
Going,
Like, who is he talking to? Yo, like, really pay attention to this conversation. This is crazy.
know the difference. Just like how you say with your Mexican cheese, nigga. And I'm telling you, I like extra sharp. You see how you got you want compromise? You see why you don't want compromise? You got to see, nigga.
Words either.
Listen, because look, if you really don't like the snickerdoodle or you prefer the tea cakes, yeah, I'm gonna still make you the tea cakes.
How about just do that?
But here's the thing, you gonna fuck with snickerdoodles and shit.
We can't come to I'm telling this nigga, I'm going to make you. He used to harass me over these fucking tea cakes with his misogynistic ass. Okay? And I told him I was making it. I'm gonna go deep because I pop his ass on this shit. Look.
How about that?
He revealed himself.
My breakfast sandwich the way I want to, nigga. Make it extra cheese. Alright, but you're not gonna know the difference between a tea cake and a snickerdoodle. Just like how I won't know the difference between a Mexican cheese. So now we eat it.
I bet you I know the difference. I bet you I will.
I bet you I will. I bet you I will. And then you bet me that you will. It's a bet made happen.
Well, we need to do it then. We need to do it.
Make me my breakfast sandwich.
And you make the tea cakes the night before, I will. Tea cakes for dinner, breakfast sandwich, pork.
Yo, the Heat Midwest Obsession, y'all. Y'all gotta watch that movie. Shout out to Dick out here. Want the extreme pick me out here. He want me in the kitchen tomorrow, nigga. He ain't gonna say shit.
The day before.
He wanna love me to death, ain't you, baby?
Or yesterday. You're talking about tomorrow.
Yesterday, I could be in your kitchen. You ain't gonna say nothing if I'm butt naked in there.
What?
I found somebody watching my babies, and I'm in your kitchen butt naked. You're not gonna question how I got in there.
You already know that. I didn't even tell you that. You already know it. That's what I mean. You don't know pick me, but you understand the game, though.
I know you like extreme pick me.
We only been talking for 4 days. People he's saying.
I'm asking you a question though. If I was butt naked.
I would have said, yeah.
Yeah, you would. You would just accept me.
Huh?
You would just start loving on me and kissing on me.
See, here we go with that again. Black women want to be accepted for who they are, but they don't want to accept a man for who they are. That brother can't be broke.
I'm trying to get a better understanding because I'm trying to understand you, so that way I could end up in your kitchen butt naked. Because you say you with the shits, you say you don't care if I act like this woman in Midtown is such it.
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
I'm joking, but I'm still trying to stay on subject and fuck with you. But my whole point about it is, you just agreed to me being butt naked in your kitchen cooking for you. That's something. That's a fantasy.
And baking tea cakes for yes.
That's very aggressive. That would be very aggressive of me, don't you think?
That would be what?
That would be very aggressive of me, don't you think?
By aggressive.
Very aggressive of me.
Oh, very aggressive.
Oh, so you like stuff like that?
That's not aggressive, in my opinion. I don't see that as being. I see that as being feminine.
Look what Robbie said. But Robbie, do you see the parallels of what I'm talking about? Because Robbie was here the whole time. That's a little bit that would be a little bit toxic of me.
That's not toxic. That's not toxic.
Yes.
No. That's being feminine. That's what the brothers like.
That's crazy. I don't even know you.
No, if that's a man, then that's what you should do. That's feminine.
I'm like, okay. And I you come home from work. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. You come home from work,
right?
And you don't know that I'm coming to see you, but I somehow find your location. Find out where.
Mind you, he lived all the way in California. I'm in Baltimore, just to give y'all a picture in y'all head.
You live at. Go in your house. I'm butt naked and I'm cooking for you. You get off of work and see me, and you just would accept it.
Yes, I mean I would ask you how you got here, how you got my place and all of that. But hell yeah, I don't know what brother would argue with a woman butt ass naked in his kitchen cooking and cleaning me. So I mean, hey, but maybe you run into maybe that's been your experience. I don't know.
And see, this is what I'm saying. Like when thank you, D, because I already said that black men love a little bit of craziness, and that's crazy low key. And your ass is talking about you just want to know how I got there, sir. You should be calling the police, but you're not. So you're a real ass nigga. I appreciate that.
No, I wouldn't call the police for what?
Exactly. Because you're a real ass nigga. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate that. Like that's like so romantic.
I know that.
That's like so romantic. I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna try to do that for you. We're gonna get that done for Deke, y'all. I'm gonna show up butt naked in his kitchen.
As long as some good food and some pots and pans, Riley.
So yo, that was the weirdest conversation I ever had with a dude. Like we never really had a conversation like that. And the reason why I asked him that question was because in this movie, the man that you see in the background, he had just met this lady, and that's what she had did. She found his place. He didn't tell her where the fuck he lived at. And so I'm asking, you know what I'm saying, my homeboy on the panel, like why, why would you be okay in that type of situation? Because by the end of the movie, she ended up trying to kill him. And I said, see, we sat there for about a good 20 fucking minutes arguing about a fucking tea cake, my nigga. We arguing about a fucking tea cake, and whole time you so pressed for a pick-me and for sex and companionship, and you so fucking lonely that you don't even understand what I'm trying to say. You will put yourself in a dangerous situation because you like arguing over tea cakes because you want a specific, you want the bitch butt naked right now, you want the bitch in your kitchen today. Men gotta stop fucking doing that shit, yo. Y'all gonna put yourself in the early fucking grave. Now that shit is fucking annoying. That shit was fucking annoying. And it's crazy because I knew shit was getting, the dating thing period was getting bad when this isn't the first time I had a full blown out argument or a debate, or, it's like pulling teeth just to try to figure out, what a dude's favorite food is, and how, and it's like men have to also understand women not gonna make food the way you necessarily want them to make it. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody might cook your favorite meal different. And y'all notice in the conversation, I asked him how he wanted it. You feel what I'm saying? But that was never good enough for him. You feel what I'm saying? I realize it's two different type of men. It's men that's overly pressed for a woman to do everything and become a robot that they don't even recognize when a woman is just doing that, and whole time that bitch is really crazy. Because at the end of the day, when you don't do something that bitch don't want you to do, that bitch will kill you. Okay? A lot of women operate like that. They act like they'll do whatever it takes. Oh, on the first date, she's butt naked. She's jumping off. She's sucking a whole bunch of... You find what I'm saying? She's sucking a whole bunch of dick. And you like... Okay, like I'm with it and stuff like that. No, watch that bitch. You so horny, you not even paying attention. This bitch just did some weird ass shit. You don't know her. She shouldn't know your place. It's stranger danger. You feel what I'm saying? You barely talked to this lady on the phone. You only knew her for like 4 days. And you're okay with the fact that she's in your house butt naked. Hello? And then I had niggas in my comments all agreeing. And now look, I can't get a lot of people in my chat, even on my own personal channel. But it's just like, I used to be able to get more because, you feel what I'm saying, I would create alliances with certain people. So I had a good 20 in my chat. Everybody was agreeing. You feel what I'm saying? Those alliances, though, I don't fuck with them no more. So, you feel what I'm saying? I burn my bridges by the fuck. I'm standing on it. I don't give a fuck about people not fucking with me. Like, I can only have 2 people in my chat and I'm good as long as them 2 people really fuck with me the long way. You know, so I just couldn't believe that even with like 20-something people in my chat, they all was agreeing. And I was like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, I couldn't find nobody on this panel, and I've had the panel open for another good hour. I couldn't find nobody to disagree with that shit. And I'm like, y'all don't see that as a red flag? Y'all don't see that as a red flag? And now I'm gonna invite some people up on the panel, cause I'm gonna ask some niggas again, okay? Just like I did on that fucking panel. Do niggas think that's okay? Do niggas really still think that's okay? I want to know. Okay? That's what I really wanted to ask. The other shit was just me being messy. Y'all can disregard the first 20 minutes. And besides, we trying to run up the views right now. I'm trying to do Black Son a favor, because, you know, the gang stalkers that's on the that you know, that watch the channel so hard and shit. You know, they be so pressed about views. So we gotta make sure our views is high, y'all. We gotta get our views up each week, okay? I will be taking note of all these things, okay? We in fake competition with other people. But I think everybody sleepy as shit don't want to come up because I dropped the link. Because I still want to know. Is y'all okay? You okay? So you meet the bitch. Okay, you meet the bitch. Okay, you give the bitch your number. Y'all talk on the phone twice. And it's not like y'all was like on the phone, like, come and talk to me. Hey, I really want none of that. No, y'all, it was brief. You don't know D-Bish like that. You know, she fine as hell, y'all, you know, talk like text here and there and stuff like that. She should not know where the fuck you live at. He's in your kitchen butt naked when you get home. In this live stream, a lot of niggas was saying it was okay. I'm still confused. Niggas is really this lustful. That's why early on the panel, and the reason why what made me want to talk about it so bad, now I remember now why I brought this up. Because on the other panel, it's just like, I don't know if it was MD. Yeah, MD that was on the panel. He was saying, like, yeah, reparations will just solve so much of the black family and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying here, like, yo, niggas is so lustful or whatever. They'll just meet D Bish, and then D Bish will be inappropriately in their kitchen. And they like, yeah, I'm still going smash, even if the bitch butt naked cooking and stuff like that, even if I just met the bitch. Like, you that horny? That's free. That like y'all, don't you y'all remember when old dirty bastard was alive and when he had just went platinum and shit, and this nigga was on MTV Raps or whatever the fuck it's called, and everybody found out this nigga was still trying to get welfare. Yo, niggas was like, that's free pussy. That bitch showed up butt naked in my fucking kitchen. That's free pussy. Niggas ain't giving no fucks. And I'm just like, yo, this is a red pill beat down for your ass. Because I don't even think I think after that I took it, I didn't even take it no further. Because there was no need to. I was like, you popped for real. I was like, you popped. I was like, I figured out that I wasn't what he was really looking for. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even like I felt disrespected. Like he was asking me to do those things. Because y'all seen how straightforward I was on a panel with him. That wasn't even a problem. It was the fact that the fact that I could even put that in your mind and that be a part of your fantasy or whatever, especially since it was so difficult for us to even get past the tea cake conversation. Y'all, I swear to God on everything, y'all, if y'all look at the fucking word tea cake, it's so many things that's going to come up. And he was so anal with me about that. And I was like, bro, I will never be the type of woman. You want a woman to probably bend over backwards for your ashy ass, for your weird ass. Because a real man that respect you, he not gonna do no shit like that. And I had so many people around me. It took for me to actually leave that space. And when I went into another space or whatever, and I went into another, I'm not gonna lie, I was on a panel and I asked people about that conversation. And my homeboy on here, he was like, no, I would never. He said, that bitch crazy and calling the police. I might even bang her in the fucking mouth. Now, there was some men, but I just was disturbed because it was even more men than that saying that they would be okay with it. But my homeboy Reed was just like, no, I'm not that. But he identified as a Sigma male. You know what I'm saying? The Sigma male, they prefer solitude. You know what I'm saying? They don't get jealous. They very unique. They follow the beat of their own drum. That type of thing. They're not even part of a social hierarchy, and they don't even make themselves part of it. And they're not really pressed for a romantic relationship. This black man was also older than I was. You know what I'm saying? That I was on the panel with talking to when I was, asking him about the bitch butt naked in the kitchen, the tea cake nigga. Mr. Tea Cakes, that's what we gonna call him, Mr. Tea Cakes. I already said his name in the live stream, but the whole point about it is that's just something that I just will never get over. Like, I might even make this into an upload because that conversation was so funny. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I will be re-streaming streams that I found good. The only thing is I will be better prepared before because y'all, my ADHD head ass just hopped on here. I didn't even know when the conversation was. That's why y'all probably was like, what the hell? What's up? Dark Side Official TV too. But yeah, black men, y'all need to stop being so lustful. Y'all need to still vet the women that y'all dealing with. A lot of black men end up with crazy bitches because when the coochie fall right in your hands, you just think this is a good woman. Like, she gave me coochie immediately. This is a good woman. I don't give a fuck about anything. She gave me the coochie immediately. Hell no. Like, that don't mean she's not crazy, especially if you don't know her and she found your place and she's in your kitchen butt naked. You coming home from work, you shouldn't want to tear that ass up. You don't know her. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I'm telling you, in this movie, Midwest Obsession, that lady tried to kill that man and his ex-girlfriend. And in the movie, she even tried to act like she was going to kill herself and stuff like that. And the nigga all being a simp, like, oh my God, and stuff like that. You know, he all falling into her titties while she's trying to fall off the goddamn mountaintop and stuff like that. I think, get the fuck out of here, yo. Like, I said, you know why she almost got killed? Because he was happy that the coochie just fell into his lap, you know, right in his kitchen, just booty butt naked with lingerie on, like, hey, daddy. I said, no, call the police on that crazy bitch, yo. Call the police on that crazy bitch. And then, you know, the crazy thing is, my spirit mother, she told me, she said, gynocracy, she said, if you talk to that man, she said, if you go see that man, she said, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to make sure I kill him. She said, because he's crazy. Because that conversation scared the shit out. Like, I've never been just talked to a man and my spirit mother kind of felt like I'm scared. She was like, because why? She was like, why is he okay with you doing that? And then after the stream, he really was begging, like, you gonna come out here, you gonna come out here, you gonna come out here, and da 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 da. And I'm just sitting here like, no, like, especially no, blocked. I gotta watch this movie now. Oh, it's good as fuck. Matter of fact, it's free on YouTube. Most of the movies that I was reviewing in this live stream, whatever, because I was going in, they free. You know what I'm saying? I might just review thriller movies over here. I might also dual stream from my YouTube or whatever. But yeah, y'all, that's all I had to say. You know, I just had to run Black Sun numbers up. I hope y'all enjoyed the little show. I hope I didn't bore y'all too much. It's like, no, y'all love me for real. Because I get it lit. Because don't nobody always want to talk about Ukraine. But yeah, peace to the dark side. Thank everybody that came in the chat. Shout out to Deacon of Reality and Twin Pyramids. And MD20. Who else? Van Cat. All right, peace, y'all. Good night.